It's Tuesday, the third day of October 2023. Hello and welcome to the newspaper review on Tap TV. My name is Sophia John, your host for today. And of course, I won't be doing this alone. I'm joined by a very, very wonderful, gorgeous Kosi. Kosi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine.
We are seeing the spirit of Nigerians' independence. How are you seeing the whole independence?
I don't know if you are the only one in this spirit, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not like the same enthusiasm people used to celebrate independence as of something like 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's no longer there, because I remember when I was in primary school, the way we'll be expecting this independence and all that, marching and all that. It was really light, but now nothing. I don't even know. Nobody celebrated. Just go out on that day, on Sunday. Most people were like, if you wish them happy independence, be like, what can Nigeria boast of during that we are celebrating our independence? That is, it's only a country that has something to show off for, that can boast of saying, yeah, I'm independent. 63 years, can you imagine? And nothing to boast of. So I feel I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, and well, thank God.
You're not feeling the independence.
I'm not feeling it.
The funniest part is that millions of Nigerian might share this view.
Not just me, no might. They are also sharing the same view with me.
Well, we are hopeful for our country to become better. We are hopeful for a better tomorrow.
We are hopeful.
Let's just keep our hands crossed and be hopeful. Alright, you too can also be a part of the show. Join us engage in our social media handle. We're on Facebook, TapTV_NG. We're on Twitter, TapTV_NG. We're on Instagram too, TapTV_NG. Do well to follow, like, subscribe, and comment on those videos. Alright, without no further ado, we'd like to head over to our first newspaper for the day. We'll be starting off with the Daily Trust newspaper. The Daily Trust is leading. Labour suspends planned strike for 30 days. You can find this on page 4 of the newspaper. Gunshot as IPOB unleashes terror in Simon Ekpa's hometown. That's on page 7 of the newspaper. Tinubu Buhari orders mourn Emeritus Professor Umaru Shehu. That's on page 3 of the newspaper. Non-interest banking. TAJ Bank leads in Taiwan capital. Posts 6 billion naira profit. That's on page 18 of the page 19 rather of the Daily Trust newspaper. Article mourn as Chicago Varsity released Tinubu's record authenticate certificate, and that's also on page 4 of the newspaper. Many fear death in Rivers oil explosion. You can read that up on page 6. Designee appears in UK court as EFCC begins extradition process. That's on page 5 of the newspaper, and that's all we're taking on the Daily Trust newspaper. Kosi, I would like your thoughts on the lead story. Labour suspends planned strike for 30 days. A lot on NLC.
A whole lot. And this is something I've been following since they started going on their first strike as of the beginning of this year. And ever since then, they've been threatening the federal government that they'll go on strike, indefinite strike, warning strike. As of this last month, 5th and 6th, yeah, they went on 2 days warning strike, and they even threatened that if their demand is not met, that they are going on indefinite strike. And even as of last week, they said that they are going on indefinite strike on 3rd, that's today, right? But as of yesterday, they signed a memorandum of understanding with the federal government. Yeah. And in that memorandum, they had to reach to some certain agreements that will at least alleviate poverty, or maybe cushion the effect of fuel subsidy, you understand. And some of the agreement they reach, which is good, if the government should keep to their part of the demand of their this thing bargain, because the issue of this agreement, according to the chairman of NLC, Mr. Ajero, he said that they've had series of agreements, but the federal government has failed countless of times to meet the demands. And I'm kind of optimistic, not really pessimistic with this agreement, owing to the past records of where they have failed countless of time. And I still feel that this whole agreement that the government has agreed to, that they will not meet it, because they agree that they will increase, they will reward 35,000 naira from this month, right? They also they said they will visit the refinery to see how they are doing, how everything is being done, how the rehabilitation is going. And as of this year, since when this person came in, when our president Bola Tinubu came in, he promised that by December 20 this year that the topical refinery will start working. And we are the month of October. That's the 10th one. Remaining 2 months to go, and I still say that there's no way that Port refinery is going to happen. I know I'm being pessimistic and all that, but this is Nigeria, you understand? And if they should actually meet their demand, I feel that it will really help a whole lot of things, and a whole lot of Nigerians, because providing transportation system that will also help cushion the first subsidy effect. Now, as of yesterday, I be there for yesterday, dollar is 110 naira to dollar to naira now. So $1 is 1,010 naira, right? And I'm asking, all these things, most of the things we do is importation, exportation, and all that, and is foreign exchange. And as of last week, the Minister of Clearing and Forwarding, the Department of Clearing and Forwarding, they've been crying out that most people has left their goods, because most of them don't even have the money to clear the goods. Imagine you want to clear your goods and that you have to exchange it to dollar. I had to exchange it to dollar, and it's really exorbitant price. You understand? The money government makes from that place is too much. They say billions of naira every month, but now it's reducing because many people are now nonchalant. Now person where shop go clear his or her goods. You understand? So a whole lot of things have been affected in this for subsidy and all that, and naira hike. So my own is that once the government promised, as long as they're very promising this time, I shop spray, and we are pleading on them to please meet to the demand of the Labour Congress, because not just the thing won't just favor them, it will also favor us.
Do you feel the Labour, the NLC is a bit compromised?
No, I understand the part of the NLC. Because this thing, once they go on strike, a lot of things will be affected.
Yeah.
And at times before, I do think that they are kind of, once they settle some persons, they'll just calm down, you understand? But I still understand them that they are also looking out for the masses, you understand? Because not just going, they need to go on strike, they need to put pressure on the federal government, else they won't take them serious. But so they are trying to compromise a whole lot of things, which to some extent is good, because once they don't go on strike, it's okay, because a lot of things won't be affected. But once they go on strike, a lot of things will be affected, though we still enjoy it in the long run. But currently it will affect a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
So I understand the fact that they are kind of compromising by extending, going front and forth, back, you understand, which is to most Nigerians, they feel that they are not serious, you understand, but to some extent they are serious with it. And I pray that the government in this last meeting, since they've already reached and signed the agreement of memorandum, of understanding that they will they will meet their own part of bargain. So once that happens, I feel it will go a whole long way instead of these palliative incentives that they are bringing. Because to me, palliative in Nigeria is a whole lot, is an avenue for more looting. You understand? So it's much better if they should bring out buses that will be free. I even applaud the government, the governor of Rivers State for his thoughtful act by producing buses. Because as I'm coming to work, I'll see some buses that will be shouting free bus, free bus. You understand? And a lot of people will run towards it. As long as the bus is going towards your direction, you can just enter. At least by saving yourself some money for yourself and all that for transportation, which will also go a long way. So I feel if they should provide the buses, if they should visit the refinery, look at how to hasten it up, and if they should increase the 35,000 with the premise, I feel that at least Nigeria will at least breathe a little.
Yes, Nigeria will breathe. Very important.
They'll be suppressing us. Let us Nigerians breathe. The government should please allow us to breathe. So I feel I'm still pleading with them to please meet to their own part of the bargain. That's all.
All right, thank you very much for that impactful one. We head over to our next newspaper for the day. We'll be looking at the Nigerian Tribune. Labour suspends planned strike for 30 days, signs MOU with FG. You can read that up on page 8 of the newspaper. Lagos-Ibadan cargo rail operating below capacity. That's according to the NRC. And you can read that up on page 29 of the newspaper. Olubade threatens to disown children, wives over financial allegation against brother. That's on page 8 of the newspaper. 15 feared deaths. Okay, let me take that again. 15 feared born to death during bunkering activity in Rivers State. And that's on page 27 of the newspaper. Tribunal sacks Sule, declares PDP candidate as Nasarawa governor. And that's on page 16 of the newspaper. Osun community gets electricity after 91 years. And that's on page 23. You're surprised about that one?
I'm super surprised.
We'll come back to that. Really surprised. After 91 years.
Not days, but years. For a country that has been providing electricity to other countries, like, it's really crazy there.
We'll come back to this story. Okay, still on the newspaper. WHO recommends new cheap malaria vaccine for use, and that's on page 28. Nobel Prize goes to scientists behind mRNA COVID vaccine, and that's on page 29 of the newspaper. No country floats its currency without having adequate supply, Obi tells federal government. And that's on page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune. That's all we'll be taking on this newspaper. Let's go back. I know Kosi are inching to comment on the story on page 23. Osun community gets electricity after 91 years.
That's really shocking.
That's very shocking.
I don't know how someone can survive a day. Talk more of not month, not days, not year, not 1 year, not 2 years, not 10 years, not 20 years, not 30 years, not 50 years, not 50.
You know what just came into my mind?
That means 91 years.
That means people
almost a century.
You grew up from childhood to an old woman and you have not seen electricity before.
It's possible because not for the fact they can't even afford electricity. A lot of them can afford some of them, not a lot of them, because that according to the paper, I feel that place they call them agrarians, so they're mostly in agriculture. You understand? And that means development is not there. It's not there because no business person would like to invest in such a place that is so timid. You understand? Electricity, power supply is the most valued thing in a place, in a state, in a country, even a community, and it's something that is essential for every community to have. And I can't believe that someone have stayed in that place for 91 years without seeing electricity supply, or even seeing using anything. They don't even have it, because for the fact that you don't see light, nothing like ironing, nothing like television. So that means most of them have not even seen, most of the ones growing up have not even seen power for the first time, and for the first time they are seeing it. And I don't even know how they will be feeling, the fact that they are seeing lights and they'll be looking so timid. You understand? So I feel not just them, maybe this is just the one that came into the limelight, because they're able to solve it, resolve the issue for 91 years. So I firstly, I'll have to applaud the private sector that provided electricity in that area. It's really not an easy one, because they didn't just brought light, because they always say light is life. Yeah. They brought life too.
They brought life and development.
And development, because from now on, development will start kicking in, because with light available, a lot of things, people start investing, people start bringing their products into the community, thereby employment to increase. Yeah. A whole lot of things to increase. So I really applaud the company, the private company, for a work well done. But just come to think of it, there are some communities in Nigeria that don't even know what electricity is, which is really bad. For a country that claims they have, they are the ones supplying, we have the Kamji Dam with us. We are the ones supplying light, power to other states, other countries, like Niger. During the coup, that was where a lot of people came to realize that it was even Nigeria that supplies light to most parts of Niger, because they had threatened them by cutting their lights. You understand? And I was like, if Nigeria can be too generous to go out and give other people power supply, why not do it? They said charity begins at home. You need to perform that charity in your area, in your country, in your place, before extending a hand of friendship or a hand of generosity to other people. You understand? And Nigeria has shown that they don't really care about their country, about their citizens. About their citizens. You understand? Because a country that American cannot be born in, and they will leave America that is born in to go out to help other people. It's not possible. And I feel that most times what prompts Nigerians into not considering their citizens is because of we lack patriotism. Yeah. You understand? We lack, because you cannot give out what you don't have. The leaders are still Nigerians. They are once civilians before they assume that power, and you cannot give what you don't have. Imagine someone that has been growing and the person has seen patriotism played in his or her community, where people have self-love for their country, and they've imbibed that spirit of patriotism in them. You understand? As they are growing up, once they assume power, all they will be thinking of how to make their country great. You understand? So for the fact that a certain community has not seen light for over 91 years, that's almost a century, I feel that the government has a whole lot of work to do, because these are just the one. This one is just the one that came into limelight. Nobody knows about other ones that have been living in darkness. You understand? And power is light. Light is life. The power of electricity cannot be undermined. With electricity, it can bring development. It can bring increase in employment rates. That means the youth there are just living. They are just living. They are just existing, not even living. There is a difference between you are existing in a place and you are living. You understand? They are just existing. Because I don't know, but I really thank God that finally they've resolved the issue. And I'm pleading with the government to please. They should search for areas that have not even seen electricity. They should bring light into that country, because once there's light, darkness has no hiding place. You understand? So I'm really happy. I'm really happy
Well,
for
that's
the
actually very
community.
commendable for the private sector that
Exactly.
provided that. Applause to you. Kudos to you. All right, we're going on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be taking our last newspaper for the day. So stay tuned.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. We'll be taking our last newspaper for the day. We'll be looking at the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard is leading FG, Labour, Rich Truce, nationwide strike suspended. And that's on page 5 of the newspaper. Tribunal sacks Nasarawa governor in split decision. And that's on page 13. Palliative government making announcement with limited thinking. That's according to the Labour Party candidate, Peter Obi, and you can read that up on page 11 of the newspaper. FG draws roadmap to make Nigeria total digital economy, and that's on page 8 of the newspaper. Manufacturers query FG 6 months VAT waiving on diesel, and that's on page 19 of the newspaper. 35 persons burned to death as Rivers illegal oil refinery site, and that's on page 6 of the newspaper. 8 killed, 5 injured in Plateau community. You can read that up on page 6 of the newspaper. APC mocks 8-man NMPP London protest, slames Kanu government for blackmailing FG. That's on page 13 of the newspaper. Violence, impunity, greed, selfishness won't save Nigeria, Anglican bishops. You can read that up on page 11 of the newspaper. And that's all we're taking on the Vanguard newspaper. Because I would like your thoughts on this story. On page 6, 35 persons burned to death at Rivers illegal oil refinery site. That's quite a
That's
number.
really a sad one.
Just think about people that have died in avoidable circumstances.
Exactly. And I don't know why people have to risk their life because they want to make quick money.
It's
Illegal
hunger.
mining. I know it's hunger, but risking your life to get because you want to get rich quick is I see it as foolishness. A lot of people will say you need to have the money to make money. They had to make money and all that, but I don't advise that. The ones that will have to, everything is a risk, right?
Yeah,
People, they will also say everything is a risk. Quite all right, everything is a risk, but you know that you've seen a whole lot of scenario where people, maybe a tanker fell and people start scooping oil and all that, and all of a sudden something might trigger it and it explodes. You understand? Because you know it's very risky. It's really risky to see a place like to be you are scooping oil and you don't know that something can trigger it. And according to the story, something that triggered it was a fire outbreak in another refinery was what triggered it. Even as slow as phone call. That's why if you come to the filling station, they'll say phone calls are not allowed. It's not possible. Or if you go to gas station, once you come, you stay far away from that place. They'll carry your gas, your cylinder, they'll refill it, bring it to you. You understand? And these are the safety measures they'll be using because they know how risky it is. But many people, they don't care. Most of people don't even know all these measures. You understand? They were busy scooping. And now they ended up getting burnt, and most of them died. Who will take the? What will happen to the ones they scooped? All of them got burnt. It's not foolishness. So it's really sad that I know Nigeria is not really helping. Nigeria government is not helping matter, and the situation of Nigeria is really disheartening, and People are crying, people are hungry, people can do anything as long as they can get their daily bread, because you cannot be the breadwinner and your kids are all over you crying, they want to eat and all that. So no matter what, exactly. But the fact is that someone always said that once there is life, there is hope. You understand? There is still hope. But all we have to do is believe. I know at times prayer can take time, but it will surely happen. You understand?
Well, what do you think the government can do to curb the level of illegal refining rather?
The first thing they did was to they passed a law that whoever that is caught doing illegal mining, that they'll go to 14 years imprisonment, which is a good thing because it has helped to at least curb some this illegal mining, because they're not endangering themselves only, they're also endangering the people living around. You understand? And I feel that secondly, what the government should do is, if we have a very organized system, nobody will think of all this illegal mining. Nobody. I don't think nobody, even if it won't be as high as the thing is right now. You understand? So I feel that if there's employment, if the employment rate in Nigeria is high, that is higher than the unemployment rate, I feel that all this illegal mining that we are hearing about, it will be curbed, at least, even not eradicated, but it will be at the barest minimum. You understand? So the government the other day, I was reading the paper the other day, and I read where they said that the government are losing out in daily production of crude oil. That a lot of people are embezzling it and all that. And all these things, the main thing is, as you are doing it, you're not doing just yourself, you are doing Nigerians. Because the more they are reducing the number of production, the more they are reducing the supply. You understand? So government to please bring out some committee that will help investigate this illegal mining. You understand? They should bring out people that can safeguard and prevent all this illegal mining. Because I remember Shetima, our vice president, Kashim Shetima, he brought out some papers of last 2 months. He set up some committee that will help to investigate all this illegal mining, because of what happened in Abuja was it last month? I can't remember but it was either last month, I can't remember the particular date, but it was last month. So when about 30 persons died from illegal mining and all that, so he brought out some committees. So I reckon those people they brought out, they should please work not just for their own interest, but the interest of Nigerians, and to secure the safety of Nigerians. Because once this explosion happened, all the houses situated around that area will get burnt, and a lot of people will lose their lives and properties. Understand? And these people are the ones that don't know anything about all this illegal mining. So the government should please set up people. If they already set up some persons, the people they set up should please help us and help themselves too.
All right, thank you very much for that impactful contribution. The government needs to put our hands on deck to make sure illegal mining stops. And
we Nigerians should please stop endangering ourselves and endangering others.
The environment too. Exactly. We should talk about the environment, to what this does to the environment.
A whole lot.
Our condolences to their family. It was really a sad one, 35 people. Oh. Really a sad one. All right, we have come to the end of this wonderful, amazing newspaper review. And my name is Sophia John, your host. I didn't do this alone. I did this with Kosi. Thank you for joining us on the show.
You're most welcome. I'm glad to be here, always.
Always. Always a pleasure. You can also be a part of the show, like, comment, engage in our social media handle. Thank you for doing that. All right, till we meet again, same station tomorrow. Stay safe.